Hello everybody and welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. And it's been a hot minute since we took a look at a James Arthur song. I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called, but it was the one where he is dressed as a clown in the back of a taxi. And I said when I did that I was very impressed by that song. That I thought that you can tell when it's a James Arthur song. A couple of people in the comments thought that I was being, that was an insult, that I was saying all his songs sound the same. It wasn't meant to sound that way, but I think he definitely has a particular vibe about most of his songs, and obviously vocally you can tell it's him. Now I did say that I was going to try and pick up a couple more songs of his to see what people were talking about, because he's had some controversies in the press, but people told me to ignore those, so I'm going to ignore those. And then when I was looking for songs to react to this week to record, I noticed that he literally just a few hours ago, about 11 hours ago, dropped this song, ADHD. Well, at least about 11 hours ago is when the visualizer came out. So that's what we're going to look at, and we're just going to see what it's about. So let's check it out. And is it going to sound the same sort of vibe that we usually get from him?
Listen the way that you love, listen the way that you cry. I've never seen a pair of eyes.
Nice run. There's a bit more funk behind this one. Like the sort of drums are more playful and the bass is a really funky bass.
It's always perfectly timed. Your very essence redefines how I look at life. You threw me a party on Saturday, but you know I don't know how to celebrate. Dancing to isn't she lovely? Where did you learn how to?
Well, let's open up.
'Cause I got a black heart that I wear on my sleeve. Whole flame still messaging me. Between that and the ADHD, you should run a mile.
Oof.
Held back by the weight of my past. I'm a walking red flag. Why don't you leave? Then you said shut your mouth and kiss me.
Yeah, I like this one. Yep, I think it's a really interesting song. I think people like James Arthur, which obviously includes James Arthur, they're very good at tapping into human emotion when they write songs like this. So, for this song, for example, at least the chorus is about, what with everything that's wrong with me, you should be running a mile, but you're not. And it's kind of like looking at how love actually works rather than how the movies think that love actually works. Do you know what I mean? So like your typical love song talks about, oh, we're so in love, look at us being so in love, when actual love is about taking into account all of the imperfections as well as the perfections. And his songs seem to tread that line and make that connection really well. So yes, maybe I'm a bit grumpy sometimes, or yes, maybe I can't concentrate and I forget to do things that you've asked me to do, but I think that should make you want to run a mile, but you don't think it does, and that's why we work, kind of thing. Very interesting indeed. Let's see what else we've got. We've got another couple of minutes to go. But yeah, that drum line and bass line, so interesting. And obviously vocally he's as good as ever. Still messaging me. I mean, that sums it up, doesn't it? He's saying, how back by the weight of my past, I'm a walking red flag. Why don't you leave me? And you said, shut your mouth and kiss me. And it's that is exactly what I was talking about at the last chorus, when it's like, real love is when you work together, you know, in despite any differences or any perceived imperfections. Because I don't want to sit here and say that you know, the song is called ADHD, so I'm presuming that, you know, James Arthur has ADHD or is on that spectrum somewhere, and I don't want to sit here and say that is an imperfection, because it's not. You know, it's just part of him. But, you know, those perceived imperfections. But even if you were to call it an imperfection, I mean, that's kind of part of life, isn't it? Everyone's got things about them. It isn't perfect. I just think it's a really nuanced way of looking at things, but also like just realistic, because how many couples out there have that like perfect relationship where they are both perfect and their connection is perfect and everything they do is perfect and their life is perfect? It just doesn't happen. There's always something. But that's how real love actually works. So I like it. I like the guitar on this track as well. It's really, really interesting. A bit heavier than usual.
Held back by the weight of my past, I'm a walking red flag. Why don't you leave? You said shut your mouth.
Oh, we're getting a big build up. A lot of emotion in this bit. Oh. Wow. I've never heard him put quite grit in his voice quite that way. He's not got a how do I say this without sounding like I'm insulting him? It's not like his voice is always smooth. He does put grit in it, but that was like some proper power he injected into that grit then. Really nice. Yeah, I think it was a good song. I think I've said all I can say about the content of the song, but the way it was provided, it was the way it was presented, should I say. Yeah, he's got a really good voice. That was never in doubt. I just liked the whole thing, really. So yeah, I hope you did too. So thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.